The U.S. death toll has now passed 170,000, with the U.S. reporting just over 42,000 new cases yesterday. That is a decline, though, from the previous day of 64,000 new cases. It is the lowest daily level we have seen since June 29th. And as we try to contain this deadly virus, the country, of course, is also struggling with one of the most daunting tasks, reopening and operating schools this fall. Yahoo Finance's editor-in-chief joins us now to discuss. Good morning, Andy. A very neato background. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But you recently wrote up a piece on our site where you offered some considerations that the country should think about when trying to reopen our schools. Could you tick off some of your main points for us?
Yeah, well, this is, of course, the season that we're all going back to schools, and millions and tens of millions of Americans are impacted. In fact, there's 76 million high school, K through 12, and college and university students, over 5 million teachers. It's a bigger part of the economy than the Defense Department, over $700 billion. So obviously huge numbers here. And it started about a week ago and will go into the middle of September. Obviously, this is the most fraught back to school season we've ever had. And there's so many different things that we need to prioritize, Alexis. I think the biggest thing is flexibility, because whatever your plan is, if you're running a school district, or if you're a principal, or if you're a teacher or a parent, whatever you've planned right now, you're probably going to have to change at some point. And the institutions that are going to manage this the best are the ones that have baked in flexibility into their thinking, so that if you have testing and all of a sudden you have some positive results, then you're going to do plan Y or plan X or plan Z. You have to be able to think along those lines.
Andy, you made an excellent point in your story, noting that school allows parents to be productive members of the workforce. How important is that, especially now with that situation? How much more can the unemployment rate come down if kids aren't able to return to school?
Yeah, I mean, you're so right, Brian. There's so many other considerations. I mean, never mind that, of course, that we're educating our future workforce. But of course, we have to allow kids to go to school so that the current workforce can do their jobs. Never mind from at home, but even, of course, if we are all going back to the office as well. So that's a huge point. And sort of understanding that is paramount to the trade-offs. And that's another big point that has to be made here is, of course, there's a trade-off. If you're going to have people be 100% safe, then you're not going to have an economy. And so President Trump is right that we do need to get back to work. But President Trump is also not right in some instances, where he's not accentuating the safety factor that needs to be taken into consideration, not only the students, but the teachers, the staff, and in the cases of colleges and universities, the community that surrounds the school as well. All that stuff has to be taken into account. And we haven't even gotten into school lunches and breakfasts for kids who are in needy communities. That's a huge element here as well.